Nice. Yeah.
I cannot explain it, but it's fact. You can't hurt my feelings when I'm out here trying to rap. I thought you was my friend, but you just a stand. Now we talking business.
Sade, Sadie, good morning. Yes, Jacob, good morning.
Time to get my weight up. Ain't no way I can take
Good morning. Connie, greetings. Let's go. Take it real easy, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Puerto Rico. No, I got receipts today. I always bring the truth.
Now we talking business, hope you understand. I can't keep looking back.
Yes, good morning, Nutty Professor. Hey, how it all? Let's go. Yes. CNN is such a great news network. At least for Zeus. Jess, good morning. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. It's not satire, is it? Is it truth? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, April. Good morning. We are getting ready to go back into the lion's den. It is time to get to the lion's den, ladies and gentlemen.
It's me, Zeus. Sometimes it gotta be this way. It really does. But it shouldn't. Yeah.
Let's go!
I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't play these games no more. What you looking at me for? I just want the money, yo. All these games that you be playing, all this talk that you be saying, I don't really like to play. Get this money every way. Gotta keep my mental clear. Yeah, you know I'm out of here. I don't really have no fear. Yeah, you keep on showing tears. I'm not with that back and forth. I'm the type to get to work. I'm the type to keep it real. I'm the type to get a deal. I'm the type to chase a bag. I'm the type to pop a tag. Sick like I have SARS. Ride around a fast car. Rapping like my line bars. I do this all for my dogs. This is what it all costs when you gotta be a boss. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off.
Happy Friday!
It be like when I make them feel my energy. Sitting on these rats, okay. You know what this really means. This is what it's all about. I'm on top of everything. I'm the boss, don't play with me. This right here, no game to me. Toxic, 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 toxic. No, that's not okay with me. Every day you say you scared. Every day I'm making bread.
Amir,
Every day
greetings.
you say you good.
Good
Every day I'm
morning. Thank you! Yeah! We just got powerful! Yeah!
If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off.
I'ma have to cut you off.
I'ma have to cut you off.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday! You know what time it is. Yes! Get ready for your daily dose of truth. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. Listen, I know today is 421. I hope those of you who celebrate 420 had a great day yesterday. I hear a lot of people were having all kinds of fun. Yes. Oh, and by the way, shout out to the Warriors. Good morning, Gretch. Nice to see you. The Warriors did win yesterday. That was such a treat. Oh my goodness. I am so hopeful that the Warriors actually make it through this round with these Kings. But ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, whichever team wins is good for this Golden State. Okay, California has 4 NBA teams in the playoffs right now, ladies and gentlemen, and you can't ask for a better treat, right? Yes. Now, good morning, Little Hawk. How are you doing? Did you hear about the 3 hoes that were like, oh no, I have not, Baron. Good morning. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, in addition to that news, we must now go deeper into the lion's den. A lot of people ask me, Zeus, will you stop covering Trump with your lives? Zeus, can you please do this and that in your live? And they got all of these complaints against me as if I'm the bad guy. I thought this was freedom of speech, right? But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to say it, and I say it every show about my content, okay? It's the truth. Why is it the truth? Because I'm bringing it. Well, what's the difference between you bringing it and me bringing it, Mr. Crossing? I'm Triple H. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Triple H for a reason. What is Triple H? Well, they call me Triple H because I'm honest. Yes, I'm the most honest man out here on TikTok. I'm humble. I'm the most humble man on TikTok. And I am definitely handsome. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, I make myself laugh. You know, this is, I mean, it's funny, but it's true. You know what I mean? So, this version of truth, ladies and gentlemen, you will not be able to find anywhere else on TikTok. And what I do is I hold the Republican Party accountable for their conduct, okay? And you know what? As the former president said, if you don't like it, you can leave.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned,
get out of
you hate
here.
our country.
Yeah, tell them.
If you're not happy here,
Yeah.
you can leave.
Get out of
If you're
here.
not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Go on.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the one thing I will continue to agree with the former president about. As critical as I am about Trump, when he says real stuff like that, you know what? You got to go. You know what, sir? You definitely are right. Pappy out there in the comment section, let me say this to you. Zeus is not lying. I am telling you the unadulterated truth, okay? This is more truth than you've ever seen in your life. This is probably going to be the worst 1.5 hours you've ever experienced, okay? Because when I bring this version of facts and accountability and accuracy, there's only one way to go, and it's straight through it. You can't deflect in my lives. If you deflect in my lives and you get in here and you start saying things that I think are disingenuous and on the verge of getting this live, you know, in a different space that I'm not trying to go, I'm just going to drop you. Because that's what needs to happen. It's time for America to clean up its act. Yes, please put those blue waves in the comment section. It's time for America to clean up its act. And that means those of us who brand ourselves as professionals and adults and, you know, all of the likes, you got to start carrying yourself to those high standards that you love to profess about. Look, you love to complain about everybody else, but you don't take accountability for your own actions. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There's a new sheriff in town, Triple H, and I will be helping to hold you accountable. Now, let's get into this story, because they say this is a comedy hour. They say my lives are comedy hour. You know what? I can live with that. You know, I don't mind laughing with all of you. I really don't. But they're going to be honest, accurate information. So let's start with Fox Lies and Democracy Dies. You know, Fox News, you know, when it's all said and done, if you ask me, Fox News is definitely not going to be Fox News. If anything, they may be Puppy News or something along those lines. Or they just might be considered an entertainment company. Oh, listen, ladies, and I cannot join you in a battle. How do I get this out of here? They're not going to be news. They're going to have to take this title of news away because all of the things that are coming out have revealed one thing. And it's that they lied to the American people, okay, and they are partially responsible for the chaos and misinformation and the division in this country, along with the former president. Let's move this along, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Brother Swervin. How are you doing? Good morning to all of my friends and family members out there, even to my Trump supporter friends out there. Good morning. Listen, I am the MAGA whisperer. Okay, a lot of people tell me, Zeus, you have a way of dealing with the MAGA crowd. We're gonna call you the MAGA whisperer. Okay. And I don't mind it, ladies and gentlemen, because guess what? We have to make sure we get to the point where we are all on the same page. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, hello, Mila, nice to see you. Long time no see. No, Pappy, it's true. I am the MAGA whisperer. I know how to take the truth and get it across to you in ways you can only imagine. All right, so let's get into this. A legal analyst calls for the United States government to step in and regulate Fox News with significant fine over the big lie. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? That's the question that I want to ask those of you in the crowd. Do you think the government should step in? Thank you, Little Hawk, yeah, for the flowers. Do you think the government should step in and regulate Fox News and help hold them accountable? You don't agree with that, Nutty Professor? Why not? You know what they do? You know what they do when you get in trouble, right? Don't they normally, when people get in trouble, don't they, sentence you, put you on some sort of probation or whatnot? There can't just be Fox News pays Dominion. That's not enough. No, I think Fox News, not only in addition to paying Dominion, they have to issue refunds to all of America. Yes, every American deserves a piece of the pie as this company continues to dwindle down. Fox News, ladies and gentlemen, has done a huge disservice. CNN lies too. Do you want them censored? When CNN gets the story wrong, I don't want to go as far as lying. Okay, when CNN or any other news network gets the story wrong, they do something like this. They retract their statements. I haven't even heard Fox News go on record and officially retract all of their statements. You're supposed to, when you get it wrong, ladies and gentlemen, you're supposed to go, oh, we reported this. Well, here's the updated information about that. And then you go ahead and move forward. The problem with Fox News is that even to this day, and I still see it even with some of the Trump supporters, I ask them, and I'm being sincerely honest, I ask them the two questions. Can you tell the truth? Who won the 2020 election? They can't answer it directly. Then I ask, well, was the 2020 election stolen by President Biden? And they start hemming and hawing and acting like they can't admit President Biden is in the White House. Shame! They can't admit that Donald Trump started what happened on January 6th. Instead, they would rather get out here and say things like, well, I don't know who was responsible for January 6th. It was a lot of people. Tucker Carlson released a lot of footage, and, I'm a little concerned. I don't know what to believe. You don't know what to believe when it comes to that stuff. But guess what? All of a sudden, when it comes to Hunter Biden and Joe Biden in Ukraine, all of a sudden, you have all of the information. Shame! I don't buy it. I'm not buying what you're selling. How are you so thorough in your research when it comes to President Biden and his son? But you're Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, when it comes to everything about the former president, even to the point where they will sit here on TikTok. I've had several of these conversations, and they will say, Trump wasn't really arrested. Where is his mugshot? I'm not buying it. But there is some hope. There is some hope. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like it. You don't like it when I'm telling the truth, but guess what? I'd rather be realer than you. Yes! Those Zeus hands always energize me. Thank you so much for the gifts. Okay, hold on. And I'm going to open up the box. You know what I do? I do my spiel for the first 30 minutes, And then I open it up because I want to talk to you. So do not act as if I won't listen to whatever you have to say. All I ask is you come up in the box, respect the format of the show, and let's go. So let's move it along because we were just talking about Dominion. But it turns out now Dominion, they went to Fox and said, give us $1.6 billion because you lied and you negatively impacted us. And we all saw how that turned out. They got, 787.5 million of those things? Well, now that the word is out that Fox News is cutting checks, it looks like Smartmatic. Yes. See, they were the software in the Dominion hardware. And it looks as if they now want to go ahead and get a piece of this American pie with a slice of humility in it. Yes, they are going after Fox News for $2.7 billion. Get them out of here. Listen, when this is all said and done, I don't want Fox News to be there. There's shareholders out here, Fox News shareholders. They're angry. You are supposed to be making us money, Fox News, but instead you are costing us. Get them out of here. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to Dominion getting a little slice of the pie, it looks like Smartmatic is going to do the same thing. And this is why I've been asking Trump supporters, you want me to stop talking about Trump right when it starts getting good? I can't. Nope. I can't do it. Nope. No. You ever seen that movie Friday? You all saw that movie Friday. You remember that scene in the movie Friday when Craig, you know who Craig is, right? You know when Craig walked, his dad called him into the bathroom and he was taking a number 2 and Craig didn't want to go in there, and then he went to the bathroom, his dad called him and he said, I've been smelling your stuff since you was born. You can't smell my stuff for 5 minutes? This is what I'm doing out here on TikTok. We dealt with Donald J. Trump for 4.5 years as president, and even to this day, we are still dealing with him. You can't handle 1.5 hours of us talking about the guy? Shame! Order! These folks, ladies and gentlemen. You folks can't fool me. Listen, I'm not a new fool. You gotta understand, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm just nice about it now. I'm saucy with it now, okay? I've been doing this for quite a long time, okay? No, you're not gonna get out here and try to sweep it under the rug and try to convince me that what I see ain't really what it is, okay? I don't know what it is, but I know what it ain't. And it ain't honest. It ain't truth. It ain't facts. Okay, this is misinformation at the highest level. Listen, if you can't handle 1.5 hours of content about Donald J. Trump that actually shows who he really is to the majority of Americans, then you know what? Like I said earlier,
if you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned,
get him out of here.
If you're not happy here, you can leave.
Yeah.
If you're not happy in the U.S.,
that's
if
right.
You're complaining all the time.
Yeah.
Very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
That's right.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Go to those lives out there on TikTok where you know these folks they're in fear right now. They're like, the United States is it's coming to an end. These Democrats are getting us. Go to those lives, okay? And trust me, after you go to those lives, you feel so much great about yourself, right? After you go, listen, I go to those lives, I get in there for about 2 minutes, and I'm like, you know what? This is depressing. I can't get jiggy with this. I need to be able to get out here and be saucy. And I can't be saucy with conspiracies and misinformation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just so sorry. I know you're worried. That the truth is coming out. But listen, when you learn to embrace the truth, you will truly be set free. Okay? And that's why Zeus can continue to smile. That's why a lot of people come in here, they smile, we laugh, we have a good time. Because we've dealt with this really. Okay? We live in reality. And you should too. Okay, now let's move this along. Jim Jordan. and the grand jury, okay? You know what's going on with Jim Jordan and Alvin Bragg. Alvin Bragg has been, Jim Jordan wants to subpoena the previous prosecutor that was tied to this whole Stormy Daniel hush money thing, okay? But the thing about it is this, ladies and gentlemen, what information can Jim Jordan really get out of this guy? Let's look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot make this stuff up. What information can Jim Jordan really get out of this former prosecutor as it relates to Donald J. Trump's nasty, disgusting, dirty, filthy deeds? Yes, he did pay that hush money to Stormy Daniels through those shell companies. And you Trump supporters, you know it. You know that he did cheat on his wife, okay? And you Trump supporters know this. You know this. But yet you want to use taxpayers' money, Jim Jordan. You want to use taxpayer money to act as Trump's legal defense. But I did hear about that case in Ohio, Mr. Jim Jordan, about that doctor that, I've heard some things about him being involved in some very alarming things as it relates to SAing Jim Jordan. So while you're at it, Jim Jordan, won't you use some of that same taxpayer money to investigate the crimes of that doctor that you were friends with and knew what he was doing with those young individuals, those young men that are now victims, Mr. Jim Jordan? And quit walking around here and trying to uplift a criminal for once in your life. Shame! Now look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The Ohio congressman come visiting Manhattan, okay, trying to gather facts about Alvin Bragg's case using his phony Judiciary Committee hearing on Monday, has until 3 o'clock today to have his lawyers tell Manhattan Federal Appeals Court why he needs to take the deposition of former Special Assistant District Attorney Mark Pomerantz. I mean, Jim Jordan, disgusting. I'm just completely disgusted, Mr. Jim Jordan, okay? You got so much time on your hand to do this nonsense. You want to parade around people to act as if, you're going to go to New York and stop crime. Nope, you're not Batman. Pomerantz was the former prosecutor of a complex fraud case in Manhattan, okay? Cy Vance to work in the investigation. Cy Vance was also someone involved with this, okay? And this involved Donald Trump's scam of taking the valuations of his holdings to cheat banks and insurers. And we should add the United States government, because you devalue it on this side, but then you increase the value on this side. I know the game, Donald Trump, trying to get out of paying taxes. I know.
Excuse me.
Real crimes happening in real time, okay? And this is what Jim Jordan thinks is the most important thing to do with all that time he has on his hand. He doesn't care about the American people, ladies and gentlemen, but this is what I mean. So moving along with this, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There's a little bit of a twist that I think we need to make sure we keep in mind about this. Now, this is being appealed by Alvin Bragg. Yes, Alvin Bragg is concerned about what this meetup that Jim Jordan is trying to schedule will result in, okay? And so he's asking the court to knock down the subpoena of Pomerantz. And the judge did decline in ruling that no one is above the law. But Bragg has asked an appeals panel to unalive the subpoena, asking for Jordan to make his submission today. Bragg has until 3 p.m. Saturday to do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a legal showdown of sorts. And my thinking is this. If it's about the special grand jury, Jim Jordan won't be able to get any information about that. And if it's about where we are currently in the investigation, he won't be able to get anything like that because these guys, Pomerantz, Cy Vance, they don't know what Alvin Bragg has done. So to me, this is just an exercise that Jim Jordan has went through to waste taxpayers' money and prove that he has no idea what he is doing other than working for Donald J. Trump to facilitate more crimes. Shame! Now let's move on to the next next part of the show. Republicans behaving badly. This is one of my favorite parts, okay? What do I want to talk about? Oh, I know. I know exactly what I want to talk about. Oh, top House Republicans face ethic complaints for fundraising on Trump charges. Why do we always seem to find more crimes? Shame! Listen, you can't make this stuff up. 2 House Republicans are facing an ethics complaint after using the indictment of the former President Donald Trump to fundraise and rally their base ahead of the next presidential election. Like I have said, if you don't want me to cover Donald J. Trump, you can go ahead and instead of allocating those resources to these guys, allocate it to Zeus. Okay, Trump supporters, allocate those resources that you're sending to Trump. Allocate it to me, allocate it to all of my friends, and I guarantee you will feel a lot better about the content we are bringing. Because I can, everything has a price. I can mix it up a little bit, and don't sit back and tell me you don't got any money. Don't tell me you don't, because I see it going. These folks are recording record profits. Who are they getting this money from? I know what y'all like to do. Y'all don't like it when I'm telling the truth, but guess what? I'd rather be realer than you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next thing that I wanted to bring up about Republicans behaving badly. Ladies and gentlemen, a clip. You know, you go into these lives, they're talking about transgender issues all of a sudden. Like all of a sudden, the Republicans are so concerned about transgender issues. All of a sudden, they're so concerned about abortion, women's reproductive rights. All of a sudden. Well, like I said yesterday, and I gave you scripture from that good book. Be careful about the trap you set, because you're going to end up setting the trap for yourself. Be careful about trying to roll a boulder onto somebody else, because the boulder is going to end up crushing you. Okay? So let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. A clip has resurfaced, and shout out to those of you who have tagged me in this video. I watched it. For what it's worth, it was branded as a comedy thing. Okay. I have no problem with it, but I do have a problem with hypocrisy. Okay, so once again, I gotta address it. Like, I gotta call it like I see it. And do not try to tell me, Zeus, who are you gonna believe? Me or your lying eyes? This is what people like to say. Who are you gonna believe, Zeus? Me or your lying eyes? These folks. I'm not a new fool. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Hey, I like that. All right, so this clip has resurfaced of Rudy Giuliani in drag as Republicans target these drags, okay? Drag performers, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into this. What do we got? Wait a second. What do we got? Oops, no. Whoa. So we have, here it is. There we go. I'm so sorry. An old clip of Rudy Giuliani appearing in drag alongside Donald Trump has resurfaced on social media at a time when several Republican-led states are looking to restrict drag performances. Why is it okay for Rudy Giuliani and Trump to do this, huh? Why was it okay then, but now all of a sudden you found your religion? I'm concerned. I'm definitely concerned. The clip shows the former U.S. president pushing his face into the New York mayor's fake breast for a comedy sketch. I don't know if you've seen it. The video was filmed in 2000 when Mr. Trump was a property magnate and part of the mayor's Inner Circle Press Roast, an annual event which sees New York politicians and White House journalists stage skits and parodies for themselves for charity. So this is supposed to be charity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's look at I can't show the clip, ladies and gentlemen. TikTok has, I can't play the video, but you can see it for yourself. Look at this. Wow. make sense. You cannot sit back here and pretend like this isn't alarming. This is hypocrisy. This is the hypocrisy within our democracy. Order! Order! I know they don't like it. No, they don't like it. They don't like it. Last but not least, look at him. Look at him. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Now I got to clear that up, ladies and gentlemen. You saw it for yourself. You can go look it up. They were doing it in the 2000s. And when they were doing it, it was all cool. You should see Trump when he put his face in there. If you go watch the video, he had no reservation. He didn't go, well, you know, I might be a little married. Maybe I shouldn't do this. He just dove right in, ladies and gentlemen. I saw it. That's how you know. And then Rudy Giuliani, he called him. What did he say? What did Rudy Giuliani say to him? I think I got the quote that Rudy said. Look at what Rudy said to him. Oh, you dirty boy. The former mayor can be heard saying, right? Slapping Mr. Trump's face after he pushed his face into the mayor's chest. Donald, I thought you were a gentleman. And then Trump goes, can't say I didn't try. Guilty! Guilty, guilty, guilty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know that was tough, but we've made it through the first part of the show, and it is now time for me to hear from all of you out here, all right? So I'm going to open up these boxes. Good morning, Brother Greg. Nice to see ya. Good. I'm going to open up these boxes. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, today's Friday. We should go easy today, right? It's Friday. I don't want nobody to have a bad weekend. We got to go out on a good, happy note. Okay, if you want to get in here and be nasty, just go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to skip out of the live today, Zeus. I'll save that for Monday through Thursday, okay? All right, I'm going to bring up the panelists, and let's try to be brief, ladies and gentlemen, because guess what? I want to hear from everybody. All right, we're going to start from the bottom and work out. All right, good morning, Nutty Professor. One of the crowd, one of the fan favorites. How are you doing, brother?
What is going on? I'm not going to be nice. Sorry, I know it's Friday, but I can't be nice because the truth needs to be told. So to answer your question, the reason I said no to your question about the government stepping in is because, yet again, we don't want government overreach, okay? And we know that the government tends to, once you give them an inch, they take 18 miles. We know that, okay? Now, the FEC already has rules in place. The FEC needs to do its job. They need to do their job because we know that retractions are part of the industry. Right. And if Fox News claims these things, the fact that they've already settled, that they've set themselves up to where, you know, they didn't commit wrongdoing, but you know nobody's going to pay $700 million if they didn't do wrong.
So what do you but is it enough that Fox News just has to pay? What about the American people? Don't you think that the American people were disenfranchised to a certain degree behind these lies?
Listen, I'm angry that Dominion settled. I'm angry because I wanted to see these crooks. I wanted to see them on the stands. I wanted these people, all of these MAGA folks, especially in this live, I wanted to see them in 4K. They needed to see these folks outright say, we lied to you. Now they're not going to get that opportunity. Hopefully with Smartmatic, I hope the people that's representing them, I hope they are true to their name. I hope they're smart.
Yeah.
And I hope that they don't settle because Fox News needs to be eradicated.
You feel very passionate about that, Nutty. But the thing that
Absolutely.
I'm concerned about is even at the level now where all the stuff has came out, right? There's still people right now who do not want to believe that Fox News lied, right? And that's my concern. How much more needs to come out?
So you've heard of cognitive dissonance. That's their problem.
Yeah.
The fact is, my friend, we cannot continue coddling these folks. They're going to believe what they're going to believe, but in real time in 4K.
Princess.
They need to hear these people on the stand, on the witness stand.
Oh, someone asked, what did they lie about? See, Princess seems to be. Letty, can you clear up what did Fox News lie about? I don't know why this is something we are still having to revisit.
So I'm gonna let you run your live the way you want to because you're gonna do it anyway. But bring that person in the box with me. I'll be more than happy to explain it. But if I have to go back all these years for the last 6 years and tell you what they lied about, if I have to go back even a couple years and tell you what they lied about, but the 2020 elections, then my brother, what rock are you living under?
Order!
They
Order!
keep they
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 lied
kept lying
about
about the 2020
the election.
election,
They lied about
saying
the
that the
election.
elections were stolen, even
Yeah,
though they knew that the elections were not stolen.
that's and you know, and they never ever came out and said that they knew that they were lying to you, and you can imagine that certain individuals within our society believed this lie to the point where they actually showed up on January 6th at the Capitol and broke the law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So So the fact that we have to keep rehashing the fact that the 2020
I'm-
elections were not stolen, and
Mm.
and their orange orangutan god lost the election, I don't know what else there is left to say to these people.
Right. Well, you know, I think the only thing that can be said at this point is the truth. And we're going to continue to bring the truth so that you can't have any excuse for why, you're upset about things, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Biden won the 2020 election fair and square, despite what Fox News said. And Donald Trump is responsible for what happened on January 6th. Simple. Now, so Nutty, I thank you, and so I hear that you don't think the government should regulate Fox News, uh, but and this is the last thing. Then I'll bring up the next guest, right? But the concern that I have now is that they're going to do it again.
Well, so if they do it again, then they'll get sued again. Fox News needs to be eradicated. So having the government do anything else more than what's already in place, I think that's opening the door to government overreach, and none of us wants that.
Fair
None of
enough.
us wants that. So we already have rules in place with the FEC. The FEC, you know, despite what's going to be.
Oh, I hear your signal is going out, Professor. Are you
So
there?
what? That's their job. Do it. And if you don't want to do it, step down, let somebody else get in and do it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, listen, Nutty
So,
Professor.
with that being said, have a great weekend, Mr. Zeus. Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, Nutty Professor. He disagrees with me. Fair enough. But in this kingdom, ladies and gentlemen, I must hold Fox accountable. And until I see that there is a system in place to hold this organization, they should be on a form of probation. That's why I'm saying, you know what? Definitely the government needs to be all involved in what they do because that's the best chance I got in making sure. If it's CNN, no. CNN did not do what Fox News did. Come on, folks. Shame. Let's bring up the next guest. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a packed house today. And I'm going to try to get through everyone. So please try to be as quickly and brief as possible. Greetings, Brother Galloway.
Hey, how you doing? I just am watching and looking at Biden getting ready for his announcement to
Oh,
run
Biden is
again.
about to. You mean Biden announcing he's going to run for a second term?
Yeah. So if the
Yes!
so if the
President
mag
Biden! God bless President Biden. All right, Brother Galloway, I'm so sorry.
so if the Trumpers, if they don't understand what
Bum,
Fox
bum,
did,
bum.
if you're going to play dumb, if you're going to run and hug Trump and buy his cards, you're going to have another 4 years to sit there on the lives and say that, oh, I don't understand what Trump did. I don't understand what Biden, or I don't understand what Fox did wrong. You
Right.
know what? your problem isn't with the lives on TikTok. Your problem is going to be with the 90 million people who are going to vote for Biden, because the radical right is gone mad. Nobody's going to be voting for these draconian laws that are being, like, you guys have got this animal instinct, are all jacked up in power. You guys run the house, and now it's like a nationwide abortion bans. You
Oh,
guys are just, you're persecuting trans people.
oh,
You're just drunk with power, and nobody's going to be backing this kind of oppressive legislation. So enjoy the fact that you can sit and throw stuff from the sidelines, but
mm,
it's not making a dent
mm.
in the vast majority of Americans who are saying we want some common sense legislation that's compassionate and for the people, by the people.
That's right, brother Galloway, and I like how you identified all of the areas that the Republican Party is failing the American people, and they don't seem to care. I don't know why they are going up against abortion when they know the majority of Americans don't support that. I don't know. I don't know why they keep trying to hide behind children. You know, these people out here that end up doing the most crazy, bizarre things. The number one defense is to try to act as if you're doing it because you care about the kids. It's obvious to everyone in the world, including the kids, Gen Z. Yeah, you don't care about the kids, the Republican Party, at least not the majority of you. I'm
But
talking to somebody out there.
once you got the lever, once you got the nail in there, you're going to twist it, and it's like, okay, now we're coming after the medication, the,
Mm,
the day after pill. Now we're coming
mm.
after, like, we want to control everything, and it's like, no, it doesn't matter to Republicans. It's not going to make any difference in your ideology, in your praxis, for women to be able to access medication. The fact that you're going to attack them only makes you seem like you're just ravenous, like you're so drunk with
RMT.
power. So keep it up, guys. All you're
Yeah.
doing is you're you're sitting on a tree branch and you're cutting it off. You're gonna fall big in
Yeah.
24.
A lot of people want a Republican Party to offset the Democrat Party so that we can actually feel like we got choices out here. But right now, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't. It seems like we're in some all or nothing game when it comes to truth and misinformation. Either you want to go along with the misinformation or you want to be a part of the truth. That's what it's turning into right now. And it's the most bizarre thing because the people spreading misinformation are actually doing the most damage and don't seem to care. Shame!
Thank you for letting me on and giving my little spiel. You're the best, Zeus.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I'm going to bring up the next panelist. Listen, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. I tell people this all the time. You can vote for Trump. That it's not going to make me upset, or it's not going to make me not want to talk to you. It's usually just the fact that when we do talk, I get to talk and see the type of person you are, and then if I talk to you and I see the type of person you are, and it doesn't necessarily sit well, then that's more of an issue. It's more about you, not necessarily about the people you're voting for. Trust me, I know this. I've talked to many. I've talked to many people, ladies and gentlemen. And I got friends on the right, left, up, down. It doesn't matter. It's really about you. 410NX, greetings. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Zeus. Thanks for asking. How you doing today?
I'm all right. What brings you to the kingdom?
Just the background you got up there. It's just I just find it so interesting how people of who patronize that particular program continue to whataboutism everything that's going on when it relates to Fox and CNN and this that, and the third, when you have people who would rather pay almost $1 billion to avoid going on the stand and just completely destroying any credibility they have left, So they're just going to pay that $1 billion out and go back to regularly scheduled programming. Like if you can support that, if you can find a way to mentally, do backflips around that being just, completely just non-credible, then, you're past the point of reasoning at that point.
Yeah, you really are. And is there when a person is past the point of reasoning, in your experience, what's the solution in terms of how to deal with these, Because my hope is that, through these kind of discussions we're having, that the light bulb it goes off, the bell rings, you know what I mean?
I mean, it should, but when you take away, their ability to, be put on the stand and have a sworn testimony and say, on record, I lied. I have information that I knew was false and I lied because this is an entertainment program and we are not real news. If they could have done that, they could have just sat here and said, you know what, we're not real. We're just here spitting opinion and take for it what you will.
Thank you.
That's not what happened. They got to weasel their way out and they figured 700 million, we'll make that back. You know what I mean? We'll keep going. We'll keep turning. We'll get them red hats going and we're going to make it back. We're going to be
wow. That's shameful conduct of Fox News. Shame.
And you can see the faces. You can see how just vehemently they're gonna spread whatever it is they're gonna say, and it's not facts.
It's not facts, ladies and gentlemen. We go through this so many times, day in and day out. What do you do when you are given new information, okay, that basically shatters the narrative you've been fed? Isn't that the point where you should go, I need to go rethink what I was told and come back to the table with more information?
I feel like you should, but you can read the comments and you can see that that's not what's happening. You can say brainwashed and CNN did this and nothing you're saying is true, and it's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. Anyone who is watching and listening, but at the end of the day, that lawsuit was settled because they are spreading misinformation. You can say, but the other guy. But in this particular case, if you patronize Fox News and you see this lawsuit and you see this settlement, who's paying out $1 billion?
You saw
they
it.
don't have to go to court. It's just like say I'm wrong. Say I don't know anything.
You're not, because if it was CNN that was cutting this check, they would be all over that, wouldn't they?
And CNN has another similar settlement to the young man in the red hat who they had to pay out a quarter, of $1 billion to because they covered the story wrong. It's you have the
but the impact, right? I think the impact is a little different, right?
Of course, and of course, but it's like you have to hold your news outlets accountable. They were held accountable for what they did, and now Fox is being held accountable for what they did. It does not, they have their own separate wrongs. So it's like you have to acknowledge the fact that in this case, they are wrong. They are not right.
They were wrong, and they knew they were wrong. And even in knowing they were wrong, they went and became more wrong. Okay? Evil. This is borderline evil.
It's because at the end of the day, we can talk about it, but there are people losing their lives about it. And, and if you don't care, you don't care. And if
people in jail behind these lies,
of course,
thousands. And you're going to sit here and ask about Hunter Biden's laptop
and
crazy. CNN. Come on, folks.
That's crazy. Because two people can be wrong at the same time. Just because I'm saying this person is wrong does not mean I believe in the opposition and I think the other guys are better. We have to hold people accountable, and we have to hold ourselves accountable. Like you said, at what point do you receive information and decide that, I may need to change my point of view?
That's the good question. And I think that's one we should, let linger out here to people. At what point, ladies and gentlemen, do you decide to reconsider your position on issues, especially in light of the fact that you've been given new information? Now, listen, 410, I appreciate you, champ.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have to follow you. Let me make sure I follow you because I don't know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I've been watching for a while. I like what's going on in here. So, some people need to be told about themselves. It is what it is.
Hey, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. What a good treat on a Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, check out 410. All right.
Of course. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, you too, champ.
Of course,
oh, my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, What a great way to just come together and talk about the truth. Okay? Thank you. The FBI is corrupt too. Okay, but here's the thing. When do you think the FBI became corrupt? Okay, for those of you who think that the FBI is corrupt, I want to ask you that question because a certain amount of people that I know have always maintained that opinion that the FBI was corrupt based on their nefarious activities that we've been able to monitor and see them do throughout history. So, is it just now you're realizing they're corrupt? Oh my God. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this stuff up. All right. Oh my gosh. Good morning, brother Felix.
What's up, Zeus? What's up?
What is going on? What brings you to the kingdom?
Okay, I want to say one thing. Okay?
We got to be quick, Felix, okay? And I hope you can stay on topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got all I know is you believe what you gotta believe. I gotta believe what I gotta believe, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You said you could vote for who you want.
Right.
I'll vote for who I want, okay? But I got a question for you. Whatever happened in the good old times when people went out like to the malls, to the more to places and this and that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I blame these cell phones, okay? When I was born in '85, we didn't have no cell phone. We had brick phones and stuff, okay?
Yeah,
we didn't have no technology and stuff, okay?
Right.
Now, what happened to good old times? It's so much problems because of these phones.
I mean, I think what you're getting at is, the influence that social media has, right? And a good example of that would be, during the 2016 presidential election, there was a lot of disinformation circulating on websites like Facebook, right? That, makes people believe things that aren't true. So I agree with you, Felix. That is an issue. The internet in itself, it's the wild, wild west. You can find anything you want on the internet. But
see, you remember AOL?
Yeah, I do remember AOL. I remember those platforms. But
in '90s and stuff.
But Felix, while you do have that side of this, there is also a lot of good that has came out of owning a cell phone too. So I can't simply go along and say it's the cell phone. I think what this is, Felix. Where are you at, Felix?
Going inside to work. I don't start until 10 o'clock. I'm fine. My time, 10 o'clock my time. 8 o'clock your time.
I don't want you getting in trouble, Felix.
No, I'm not starting work yet. Don't worry. I'm not.
Are you at work? I don't want your coworkers to hear you.
No. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Okay. So, outside of that, while I hear you want to blame the cell phones, I think the problem is much larger, Felix. I think what we got going on is people being willfully ignorant. They don't want to believe the truth, Felix.
And also the new generation is really screwed up. I mean, really. Let me tell you something. These new kids, they think LeBron's better than Michael Jordan. Let me tell you something. They didn't see Michael Jordan play. Okay? They didn't see how he was.
Felix! Is that what's bothering you today?
The new generation just...
you can't do that, Felix. You cannot blame the new generation, okay? They are, they're behind you and I, right? So to a certain degree, we got to hold ourselves accountable as well, right? So what can we hold ourselves accountable for? I can't get into a conversation with you about LeBron James and Michael Jordan, okay? Because that's settled business.
Yeah, I don't like LeBron. Don't get me wrong. I don't like him.
Listen, I don't even want to go there. What are we going to do in our generation, Felix? And then I'm going to move on to the next guest. What are we going to do in our generation when it comes to how to handle these cell phones, how to handle the truth versus misinformation? What do you got, Felix?
Well, The truth is in the books, and they want to get rid of the books.
Who are they?
Not Democrats or Republicans. I don't know who wants to get rid of the books. I'm just saying I don't know who wants to get rid of the books and
Felix, you
stuff.
know who wants to get rid of the books.
Okay.
Is it the
All
Democrats?
I know is that
Is it the Democrats, Felix?
you can't believe internet. You can't believe
Felix, you brought it up. You said they want to get rid of the books, Felix. Now, when you said that, and I believe you, and I really do believe you, Felix, when you said that, who were you referring to? They.
I don't know who.
Who
I
have
didn't
you
say
heard?
who. I didn't say who wants to get rid of the books. I said
Where'd you
they.
hear that from?
So I'm not gonna say either side. I'm not gonna say either side.
Well,
I'm not gonna
can you
get
at least
involved
tell
with
me?
that.
Can you at least tell us where you heard that from?
I'm not gonna say. I don't watch. Okay, I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. I used to watch CNN. I don't watch those channels. I watch Newsmax and America's Voice.
Well, how did you hear that? How did you hear that they want to get rid of the books? I'm just curious.
It's because they say that today kids learning all this stuff that's not appropriate for them.
Who are they, Felix? If you can't put an address on it, then I'm gonna have to I'm just gonna have to assume you're not being transparent with me. And if you're not being transparent with me, Felix,
the Democrats want to put books. They want to put. Okay, this is why I said transgender. Okay, they want to set. Okay, I don't have nothing against. My brother was LGBTQ. He was gay. Okay?
I get it, Felix. You don't need to go into any additional details. I was just curious about who did you hear this thing about banning books from, what source? But if you don't want to provide it, that's perfectly fine. But I think I understand where you're coming from. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to have to bring up the next guest, Felix.
Okay.
Okay. And I do appreciate you, having the courage to come on in here and talk to Zeus right before you clock in, okay? But I'm going to ask you to do a little homework for me, okay? And come to me next time with the information about who is trying to get rid of those books. Can you do that?
See, this is the whole thing. You can't go. We shouldn't go on internet like the 80s and 90s. Like I said, like the 80s and 90s. How do we find our information?
I'm asking you to go look. I'm asking you to go look up the source.
I think the source is newspapers. I think we had newspapers back then and stuff.
Okay, it's newspapers. Fair enough.
Newspapers.
I'm going to have to ask that you send me a picture of the newspaper article that you got that from. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you, Felix. All right, I'm going to bring up the next panelist, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, give Felix a round of applause. Listen. Felix, you're doing good, okay? But you can do better.
Wait, you're not banging the hammer? Okay.
No. As I said, you're doing good, but you could do better. So next time, let's try this again, and hopefully you got actual sources to support who they are. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Deal. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Felix. All right, Felix, we are out of here. Let's get it in, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on to the next panelist. Order! Greetings, Brother Greg.
What is up, Zeus? Welcome.
How are you doing this morning?
It is beautiful. We're getting new carpets in, so we're excited. There's a lot of work going on. It's a beautiful day. But yeah, so here's the thing. Like Fox News, they've been lying forever, and we've had this debate about the Smith-Mundt Act before and how, Obama allowed propaganda. They've been lying before Obama so-called allowed propaganda. Right. They've been lying in 2008, 2009.
Right.
They just got caught this time. They just got caught real bad this time, because they lied about a machine, and the machine company was like, nah, we're going to sue for damages because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Smartmatic was like, nah, we're going to do the same thing. So look, we can sit here and talk about, what people care about in this country,
Mm.
what people are concerned about, the issues that people hold dear. And listen, if gas prices were a problem, the 2018 midterms or the 2022 midterms would have went differently, right?
Facts.
There was supposed to be this big red wave, remember?
There
This
was.
huge
Oh,
red
what was
wave.
the red wave?
It was a little pebble in a creek. It was just like a little dribble. And you know why?
Woo! Red wave.
Because the Republican Party has no real platform. All they talk about is gas prices, food prices, and nobody cares about that, clearly, because if they did, it would have mattered.
Yeah.
And to anybody who says that 2024 and Donald Trump is gaining support, I've been in these lives. I
Tell
was in
me,
these
Greg.
lives yesterday. Listen, I was listening to these folks. Let me tell you something. They think that Donald Trump has gained support. Okay, sure. If you want to believe that, that's fine, but you have lost three straight elections, and you lost in 2018 on policy because of the Parkland kids who came out and had things to say. And then in 2020, you lost because uh, your president couldn't control COVID in a manner that was necessary. All he had to say was, "Hey, let's be Americans and unite," and instead he divided. In
He didn't tell the
2022,
truth. He didn't tell the
yep,
truth.
in 2022, the former president, was still litigating his 2020 L that he took, a big fat L to Joe Biden from the basement. And you know what? That policy didn't do him very well because his party lost the midterm again. And you know
Oh,
what?
they lost again. Oh,
And you know what? If you want that same energy in 2024, bring it because y'all are going to
no.
lose again. You're going to lose again.
Brother
Seriously.
Greg, Greg, they say you're making it up. They're calling you a liar. They're
Right.
saying that you are out here not being honest when you're
How
saying
many how
these
many
things.
audits do they need for the election? How many audits? Do we need like 10 more, you think, in Arizona? Maybe we can get like 15. Because here's the deal.
Mm,
You say that, the election wasn't fairly heard, but you had audits, you had recounts,
right.
but then you're pulling out these little technicalities. Oh, some congressmen weren't able to have a say.
Oh,
What?
what
First
about
of
the
all,
22-380?
oh, DOA, baby, DOA. They call it DOA. Okay, dead on arrival. Okay, we're so dead, just like me. I've lost so
Oh,
strongly,
oh
and
God.
we're
Is
doing
this what
so well
winning
with
looks
the
like? I
indictments.
want nothing to do with it.
Right, we're doing so well. We're doing so well with the indictments, Zeus. And if you look at my criminal history, well, I've got more cases now than Snoop Dogg. Okay.
Oh, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Dog. Oh, Lord, Donald.
Alvin Bragg. Okay, Alvin
Oh,
Bragg.
yes. Alvin Bragg, God bless his heart. I mean, the
Yeah.
courage it took for Alvin Bragg.
So to the people, I just want to say one last thing. The people that say that the whole propaganda thing, there is a SPJ code of ethics when it comes. It's a Society of Professional Journalists
Oh,
code of ethics when it comes to news.
okay.
And I had written many papers in college going to school for journalism about um, how there were multiple violations from
Hmm.
Fox in terms of seeking truth and reporting it. That's one of the
Right,
number one code of ethics.
right,
And they've been not doing that for years. This isn't like because Obama allowed propaganda or some
right,
nonsense excuse. They've been
right.
doing this forever.
Mm.
They're an entertainment network and you're following their lies. And this is where you are. You're in these TikToks yelling about things that don't matter because they told you that they do, but they
Click,
don't.
click,
The
cut it
American
out.
people do not care about it.
Exactly.
They care
Stop.
they care about their kids in preschool being
Thank you.
unalived.
Thank you. Thank you. Are you
So with
listening?
that being said, I hope that the folks on the right that we love to talk to and I love to talk to in their lives. I hope that they get some sense eventually.
Yeah.
But it may not happen. But just
Well,
understand this is the
even
end.
if it doesn't happen, accountability will. Okay, so the
Right.
choice is yours. Okay, and this is what
Right.
I've been telling people. There's not going to see. if you continue to believe the lies going forward, you got to understand when accountability comes, you're not going to get off. They're not going to give you any leniency because it's going to go, well, guess what? You've known that that was misinformation based on all the information that came out, and yet and still you went
Right.
down this dark path. We're going to throw
There's
the whole
text
book.
messages. They knew what was going on. They were like, no, like, the text message basically said, yeah, yeah, no, you can't say that. That's Tucker had said, Trump's an idiot in no certain words, right?
Right, right,
So
right.
again, it's just this is wild behavior. It's behavior of when a cult is unraveling. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Um, and look, we have the comments. Greg got owned all day. Glad he's feeling better. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Why don't you come
Oh,
into this live and talk to our friends 5v1, my friend?
oh my
Not
God.
this live specifically, but our lives. Why don't you come in and talk to us? So anyway,
Listen,
with that being said, I yield my time to the rest of
awesome. Ladies
the
and
folks.
gentlemen, shout out to Greg for once again bringing the hammer of truth. Well, no, I'm bringing it, but he brought the truth. Okay? Because the
We
truth
love it,
will set
Zeus.
you free. Love you too, bro. And I'll
All
see
right,
you
we'll see you.
hopefully next time. Now let's bring
Yep.
up the next. Ah, yes, that guy. Listen, Zeus hands. I love them. I get strong. It's not. No, no. It's not the hammer of lies. What have I lied to you about? Come on, folks. Seriously. Not one lie have I told you. Everything I've said to you has been 100% honest. That's why they call me Triple H, because I'm the most honest man on TikTok. I'm the most humble. No one's more humble than me. And I am definitely handsome. If I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. I seriously would. But unfortunately, in this case, I'm not wrong. Trump was arrested. He's got more criminal trials than Snoop Dogg, like Greg said. And it's true. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my good friend, Little Hawk.
What up, Zeus?
What up, champion? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Good morning,
I
it's
wanted
Happy.
to I wanted to say this, man, for the upcoming election,
Oh,
the 24th election.
24.
Yeah, Gen Z.
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell them like this: stand back, stand by, because y'all gonna take 24 by surprise.
Oh!
Real talk, real talk.
Oh!
So I want to piggyback off Felix right quick.
Oh!
Felix, if he's still in this room, right? So if you're going to do your homework and research, you're going to see that it's the Republicans that want to ban books,
Oh!
buddy.
Felix, it's the Republicans.
Yeah, it's the Republicans. I mean, I don't know where he get his information from, but I think I don't know. I really don't know where this man get his information from.
I
Like
don't either. I'm
for real,
concerned.
like it's like he get his information from the source, but then he turn it around and say something different than what it actually said. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
Rick,
I'm like,
yes.
where is he getting this information from? Because he sound like he know what he's talking about. Then but he reverse it, like he trying to use reverse psychology. But it's not making sense, and that's not even adding up. It's like,
Not,
what the heck? Like,
Felix, please come back with those sources. We would love to help you read it and get to the bottom of what it is it's saying.
yeah. Okay. So it was another thing I wanted to say. I can't remember, but that's pretty much what I wanted to say about Gen Z, because they're gonna take this, they're gonna take 24 by surprise. You know, they're gonna storm this, they're gonna storm the Capitol far with the votes.
With the votes. Not
With the
that kind of
votes.
storming.
That,
Okay?
no, not that type of storming, but they're gonna get the Republicans out of the way, because
Hmm.
they see what the Republicans are trying to do to this country, and it's their turn right now. You know, it's
Can
the
I ask you a
millennial turn,
question?
it's the Gen Z turn. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Hey, Gen X, we right there. We in the background. We in the
Yeah.
background.
We're cheerleading. Go for it.
Exactly. We definitely. But
Go for it. We see
at
the
the same
lies too.
at the same time, Gen Z and Millennium, They're gonna take this. They're gonna take it. I mean, because they tired of the racism that the Republicans putting out there. I'm sure they tired of Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm like, who is not tired of this itch? Like this itch is like, oh my God, she dude. Like, how is this woman still in Congress, dude? Like, how make it make sense? How is this woman still in Congress? I can't believe this woman's still in Congress, dude. It's
I
like
can't either.
who got to be these people? Whoever voting for her got to be as the stupidest, the dumbest
Keep it
people.
clean.
I'm keeping it clean. Ain't nobody. Look,
I feel your pain.
I doubt if we got a somebody from Georgia in her district in this live. I guarantee we don't, because her district. I seen some on a broadcast the other day, and they went down from Atlanta with like 20 buses in her county.
Yeah.
And her county was full of the white hat people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she's right from that county. That's her county.
Well, wait. Some people, see, Lil Hawk. Some people here, they sit there and they're saying you're spreading misinformation.
No, I'm not.
Marjorie
To your
Taylor
face.
Greene is standing up for America. What do you got to say about that?
She's not standing up for this America.
Oh.
How is she? That woman should be brought up on treason.
Oh,
Listen, because how you gonna defend somebody that stole national security, you know what I'm saying, documents? How are you gonna stand up for somebody that does that? You don't stand up for nobody that does that. This is our country.
order! Treason!
That is treason.
Will not
That is
be tolerated in the kingdom.
Somebody steal it's like Trump stealing the documents. Like he listen, it's like Trump stealing the documents and don't want to give them back. That's why he's in trouble. He didn't want to give them back. He got subpoenaed and he got told to bring these documents back, but he didn't want to bring them back because he said, I gave all these documents back to you all. But this guy get caught red-handed that did not supposed to have any type of
Thug
documents.
Shaker, his name is. Thug Shaker.
Whatever his name is.
Thug Shaker Central, to be quite honest. Yeah. Get him out of here.
The Jake guy.
Treason.
Yeah, exactly. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, the only one in Congress, took up for this guy. The only one. Nobody else came up to his defense, but this crazy lunatic lady.
Keep it clean. I hope she is held accountable,
Man.
by her fellow Republicans, okay? Because she's doing a terrible job. If you say that she is standing up for Americans, I have questions now. Because what Americans do you believe want to be engaged in treasonous activities? That's not American.
Yeah,
No.
I know a couple of them. I know a couple of them is called January 6th. I'm just saying.
Why not just go to the country that you feel upholds the values you like instead? How about that?
Yeah, some place like Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
North Korea,
Mhm.
China. I
China.
know they would love to have you.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I rest my case, Zeus. It was
Thank
good
you.
hearing from you, bro.
All right. Have a great day.
All right.
And, happy Friday to you, ladies and gentlemen. All kinds of truth is coming out. Shout out to Lil Hot. Testify from the mountain on high. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, what a Friday. This is what this is about. You have to hear from real Americans and understand what we want. Yes, thank you for the hat attacking. We do not want lies. We do not want misinformation. We do not want conspiracy. We just want the truth. And it's that simple. Fox News, you've done America a huge disservice spreading these lies and misinformation. And the jig is up. If I were Jack Smith, I haven't even talked about Jack Smith today. I know what Jack Smith is doing, by the way. A lot of people have been asking me, well, what is Jack Smith doing, Zeus? It's getting quiet out there. Need I remind you how Jack Smith works? You ever seen those scary movies when, there's a boogeyman out there and, people go there and they're all in a group together and then one by one they start disappearing. Have you seen Chad? I thought Chad was with you. No, Chad's not with me. I thought he was with you. Where did he go? And then they go, Jack Smith. Got him. Jack Smith is getting these folks one at a time. Divide and conquer. We done already talked to the low-level criminals. We got them. The low-level criminals have already given us the dirt. We went to the medium-level criminals. Now we're at the top, high-level criminals. We didn't got Mike Pence. Mike Pence has went in there, spilled the beans, and it got real quiet, didn't it? It got real quiet when Mike Pence got in there. Okay, next. Who did we have next? Oh, we got Trump's attorneys. Yes, his attorneys. Crime exception. God bless Jack Smith. He knows exactly what tool to use to get folks to start talking. Okay, and they're talking, singing like canaries in a coal mine, ladies and gentlemen. It was Trump. It was Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this stuff up. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Smith is on the hunt. He got all the evidence he already needed to go ahead and slam dunk these cases. Trump will be held accountable for what happened on January 6th. And he will be held accountable for stealing those classified documents and trying to sell them. Violations of the Espionage Act. I just had to make sure I put that out there. I don't want people trying to forget where we came from, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's bring up the next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. We got 15 more minutes. So let's try to be brief. Greetings, nobody here. Greetings. How are you doing?
Well, pretty good. How are you, Zeus?
I'm all right. What brings you to the kingdom on this lovely Friday?
Oh, saying that Fox News is full of lies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I know you have me in a small box here, so it's probably really hard to read. But right here, where my
What does it
finger
say?
is, it says fact check. Did a judge rule that CNN is fake news?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You scroll down, and it'll tell you all about it being fake.
oh, so
Yeah,
CNN
that's
is
CNN.
fake news.
But I don't disagree that Fox News is fake also.
Okay.
It's all fake.
You know what? I appreciate you being honest. I agree with you that CNN they could be fake as well. But I guess since we're on this topic, which do you think has done more damage to the United States in terms of fake news?
Both. I mean, it all boils down to the human mind. Okay, it boils down to our minds. We make up our minds for ourselves.
Right.
So your actions are up to you. The consequences are yours to take in, right? If you do a crime, that was you. Okay, just like every other red-blooded American. You do something dumb, consequences are on you.
Yeah.
You have the freedom to make up your own mind.
Right.
Don't listen to other people. Fact check.
I agree. I completely agree. So why do you think this whole Fox News thing is at this level? Why do you think it's at this level when it comes to Fox News? I mean, I agree that CNN, fake news. But why do you think Fox News is kind of the talk of the town right now?
Because people want money. And where they can get money, they're going to go after that source to get that money. And it is the root to all evil.
The love of money is the root of all evil. I've heard that before. But what about the lies, the big lie that they told, and all of the information that has came out about that lie? You've heard about this.
I wouldn't really say it's a lie, but enhancing the truth, maybe.
Is that what you? Oh, I've never heard of that enhancing the truth.
Like how you say somebody did something and it turns out to be somebody else. And yeah, to that comment, this guy really is a nobody. Yes, I am. Thank you. But We'll bring up the Jan 6th, okay? People like to say it's all the Republicans, it's the Republicans. But it's been thrown out there that the FBI was involved. So why ain't they at fault? Okay, and
Mm.
I know I've been taken off your lives for spreading misinformation about the FBI being involved in
Well,
Jan
then we
6th.
don't want to do that because I
No,
asked that people don't get reported
yeah,
here. I don't want no one getting reported. That messes up what I'm doing. So
but
let's not
but
go
I
into
was
that
back in
direction.
5 minutes,
Oh,
for
but still, I was still penalized.
yeah, and
Okay. So let's keep it
it's
clean.
not
I get
good.
where you're going. I get where you're going. But
And then
here's my concern though. Um,
okay,
if we had to say which side of the aisle contributed towards that the most, from the way I see it, it was the Republican Party, right?
yeah,
And this is
yeah,
just right, and this is based off of the overwhelming information out there. One, it starts with Trump saying, "If I lose, the election is rigged." Right. This is kind of how he gets it all started, and then he got these tweets out there about how it was stolen. And he actually branded it "Stop the Steal."
yep,
Right. And you got all these questions about who should bring the National Guard in and whatnot. You then see the day of, you see Trump and giving a speech. You see the crowd there. You
yep,
see the MAGA hats. You see the MAGA flags. Okay,
yep.
and you hear yelling things. You hear them yelling things like "We're going to take back our country" and hang Mike Pence. And I'm just saying, if I came into this space without knowing without knowing what happened, I would be led to believe that these people that did that were Trump supporters. That's what I'm thinking,
Yeah,
right? And then I
and
would
even
back,
then,
huh?
but even then, even if they were Trump supporters, I'm not a Trump like diehard Trump dude. Okay, so don't
Right.
think that. But I don't see how it's all Trump's fault. Yes, he may have said go there, do stuff, but again, back to whenever I first came in, you make up your own mind. The consequences are yours for your actions. Don't do what
Yeah.
others tell you to do.
Yeah,
So I don't
I
see that it's his
completely
fault.
agree with you on that part, right? I completely agree with you, but I also think that we have people in our society that unfortunately aren't strong enough to think at that level, and they literally get, activated based on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like that extra layer of critical thinking. They don't engage in that. So to me, because that's also something we're aware of, Fox News and other news organizations, hello Yazzie, they should be more proactive when they're putting out content to make sure that folks like that aren't getting easily triggered, right?
Mm,
Because
I, I
I
mean, yes
do
and
believe in
no.
freedom of speech, right? I do
Yes,
believe in that to a certain degree, but I also think there is a certain amount of responsibility that people, the higher up you get on the leadership level, you have to keep in mind. Good morning, Shay.
I still feel that we're all human. I don't care how powerful you are or how much, education you have under your belt. I know some really smart people whenever it comes to books, but you put them out on the streets and they're dumb as heck, right?
Okay, right.
I,
So that's street
I mean,
smarts versus, book
yeah,
smarts kind of thing.
yeah. And then,
Yeah.
vice versa. So, you know, uh, us on both sides of the aisle, we need to come together and figure out how to get these people that have a hard time making up their own minds or can't take the truth. You know, they get really badly butt hurt, and I'm sorry to say it that way, but they do.
Yeah.
Um, we need to figure out how to get them the help they need, like to be able to intake all of this because it's a lot.
Yeah,
You
I
go listen
agree.
to take
It goes both ways when it comes to this data, this information that's out here. So I agree with you on that, but I think at least where I'm at right now, there's an overwhelming amount of information about Fox News that, to me at least, should give America a cause to pause and reassess. exactly what this network is doing in terms of its benefits to our society. Maybe there are some good things coming out of it, but right now, I think that, yeah, you're right. If we do say it wasn't just Trump that's responsible for January 6th, I would throw Fox News in there. Yeah, Donald Trump along with Fox News.
Yep. And the free will mind of the people that acted. It
Fair
is
enough.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
if that, what is his name? The Charwin or whatever it was that was in
The
jail for
QAnon
so long.
shaman.
Yeah, the shaman. If he really did do bad things, yeah, he needs to be in jail. He made up his own
Yeah.
mind to do those bad things. Come on, people.
Well, listen. Thank you, nobody. I appreciate you, but I do got to bring up the next panelist champion, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy life to come talk to us here.
Thank you, and have a
All
great day,
right.
man.
Thank you. Have a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody here. Give him a round of applause. See, ladies and gentlemen, you can come in the box and disagree with Zeus. It's fine. Just follow the format of the show. That's all I asked. No name calling, no cursing, no insulting. Now, we got a little more time to talk to some of my friends out here. Wow. I don't know if I will be able to get to everyone, but I will try my best. Oh my goodness. I am a proud Democrat. Thank you. And I will be doing a meet and greet at some point, ladies and gentlemen. Yazzie, thank you. Little M2W, greetings.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
What brings you to the kingdom?
Oh, well, I like to listen to all these people complain about both sides of the aisle.
Oh.
And let's be realistic, there is only two sides now, which does not make up a fair government. But when you talk about the news outlets, let's be realistic, do your homework. Most of them are owned by a church. And a lot of them, well, 99 of them are owned by rich people, and they're only going to tell you what they want you to know so they can skew it to their favor. So I don't understand why these people are falling for crap. Like, why are you following? Go do your own research, please. Please, grow up, educate, elevate, do your own research. Please, you're grown-ups. Well, not all of them, but you're grown-ups.
Now, wait a second. How do you say your name, Little M2W?
Yes.
All right, now people are asking me to do this because normally, if I've never done business with you, I have to ask you some questions so I know where you land on certain issues. Are you okay with that?
Oh, absolutely. Ask away. I'm an open book.
Hey, thank you. All right. The first question. In your opinion, was the 2020 election stolen by President Biden?
I think in the 22 election, people were tired of Cheeto Boy's crap. I'm just saying.
So that's a no?
You roll back EPA and now we got all these trains being blown up because they reduced their liability on stuff like that. He let all this other people that were done with him. And for them to say he was a good businessman, he wasn't even a businessman. He was a face of a company. He had everybody else doing his stuff. Come on. He had the money to do it. He didn't have to do nothing but sit back and count his coins.
That's a good
But
answer.
I don't trust none of them though. They're all there for money and an ego stroke.
But
if they really care, if they really cared, they would put us first. And they would make it so we actually could live on an income and not have to work 2 or 3 jobs to just pay rent.
Listen up. So I'm taking it that you don't think it was stolen. Based on your answer.
Please, politicians do whatever they want to do anyways, and they're going to put whoever they want in that office anyways, regardless what we want. They don't care what we want anymore.
Can I ask another question? Can I ask you that?
Sure.
You said you're an open
Absolutely.
book. All right.
Yeah.
Um, in your opinion, who was responsible for the January 6th attack on the Capitol?
I think Trump opened his mouth, started a can of worms. Weak people like Charles Manson's followers walked their little tushies up into White House and did what they thought they needed to do because they thought they had the right for the Constitution because, foreign and domestic and all that. But if he wouldn't have opened his mouth to begin with and those weak-minded people wouldn't have rolled themselves up there, that wouldn't happen.
I think you're onto something, okay? And then my last question. Let me see. Let me see, which one do I want? Do you believe in taking an allegiance to the United States Constitution or to a person?
I think that if there was an actual constitution that worked fairly for everyone, I would stand behind that. Because I don't believe ultimate power corrupts ultimately. So I can't stand behind one person in control because that, of course, is a cult. But if they could write something that actually is for everyone and not more than one rule for different people, I could stand behind that.
Well, you're very evasive. I don't get direct answers, but I get answers that I feel like if I were to ask you which political party describes you the best, you would probably say the Democrat Party. Is that correct?
I actually vote by their votes. I don't vote by color. I will do my homework and look at how they voted on things and choose the person that I think actually is there to help the people of the United States and do their
But
job.
you came in and you said really there's only two parties, correct?
Really, there is.
Okay,
I
so
wish there
out of
was
those
more.
two, which would you say best describes you, Lil M2W? If you had to ride with a side, Biggie and Tupac, which side is it?
Biggie and Tupac.
You
What
ain't
you
no in the
doing that
middle.
to me for? Come on, I like both of those. Come on, don't use those two. Don't use those two. Come on, don't use those two. But I agree a lot more with the Democrats'
Thank you. Thank you.
Ideas.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Thank
I
you.
do
Don't go
agree
any
with
further, little.
I do agree with their ideas more.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Lil M2W.
Absolutely.
I
I hope,
appreciate you.
of course.
I
And I
went
hope you
ahead and
have an
followed you.
amazing,
Huh?
oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I will follow you back.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that should have automatically happened. If you're not already following me, you should. And make sure you
I've
set
never
your
even seen you
notifications.
before. I've
Huh?
never seen you before. This is the first time I've got to see you
Oh, well,
today.
you know what they call me, right? They call me Triple H.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know why?
And what do the H's stand for? What do the H's stand for?
Oh, because I'm the most honest person on TikTok.
Oh, I like that. I like honest people.
I'm the most humble person on TikTok.
Thank goodness.
And last but not least, I'm the most handsome person on
Oh,
TikTok.
you. Oh, you. Oh, you.
That's so hilarious. All right.
Well, you have an amazing, and I hope your day is incredible.
Thank you, and I hope your day is incredible too. Okay.
All right, you have a great one.
All right, you too, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
Shout out to Lil M2W. All right, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Zeus does have to run. I got to get out of here because I'm now past my scheduled time slot. If I did not get to you, I am terribly sorry, but I do got to run. I am already late. Thank you for tuning in today. I will be back Monday. You know the schedule, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. Yes, I got to go to the gym and work out, but I got to take care of a few other errands. If I don't see you again later today, Cassius, send it to me in my DM. For those of you, if you wanted to say something to me, just send me a message and I will double check that. But before we leave, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to play everyone's favorite song, right? I saw the comment. Zeus, how do I access your music? Just click on the link, okay? It's in every platform out here, including TikTok. If you use it in your videos, please tag me. And I would like to also say, make sure you are donating to whatever nonprofit you believe supports your cause, ladies and gentlemen, because being charitable is the American thing to do. So before I leave, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I must say. Trump supporters, get those knee pads ready, because Jack Smith is coming. I really am the most handsome. You hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Have a great weekend.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my moves when I'm moving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm flyer than an eagle, I got bread on me too. Took a long time to get here and I'm feeling brand new.
Happy Friday!
I got money on my mind, I can't even look to you. I can't hang around with you, you fall in love too quick. You a high risk, next all in the mix, I put a bounty on your head. This is where your butter feds when you playing with the gods and you playing with the dead. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, boy, you such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm grooving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm hotter than Hades and I'm burning down the roof. You say you wanted facts, well, I'm living proof. I've been waiting for this moment now, I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules.
Don't play around with
like
love.
If you can't swim, don't be in the pool. Even though I'm hot, people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a goof.
DJ!
With the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. They're hating on the gods, but you such a douche.
Shout out to Vallejo!
But you had to like my views. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm moving like Zeus.
Oh no! No Lakers! No Lakers! Cut it out! No Lakers! Yes! Get them out of here! No Lakers! Order! Go Warriors! I can dance in box in the jungle like a kangaroo. Don't get caught put in the woods and you'll be dead like a boo. Lindsay on the beat like Zeus. Keep the low on the beat like Zeus. RMC on the beat. Yeah, you heard about me. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day.